Okay, what's up, everybody? It's Tuesday, and it's August 29th, 2023, and I'm your host, JBLUE Sanders, and you're listening to my podcast, DJ Blue Radio, The JBLUE Show, on Spreaker.com, and I have a special guest with me on the line. We got rapper Mr. Slapp The Ghetto President from Compton, California. How you doing today, boss?
Man, blessed and thankful to be talking to you, JBLUE Sanders.
Man, it's a blessing, man. It's glad to have you on my show tonight. Thank you for being here. So I remember in the past, you and I, we did some sets together on a film with Kelly Rowland. We did Love by the 10th Date. Now, today, I saw an article on USA Today, and it was published 15 hours ago by USA Today. And this headline says, Kelly Rowland says she's very proud of Blue Ivy ambient performances for Beyonce's tour. Wow. That's some breaking news, right?
Yeah, that's good support. You know, her and Beyonce, they started together, and that's her daughter, and you see everybody sticking together in these good times.
Yes, absolutely. Especially during this 50th anniversary of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, shout out to Kelly Rowland and Blue Ivy, and shout out to her mom's Beyonce. So I'm going to go ahead and go over this short story, and I want to get your feedback and your reaction to this story. Are you ready?
I'm definitely interested. Blue man, go ahead, JBLUE.
All right. So it says, Beyonce and Jay-Z's oldest daughter, Blue Ivy, already has fans, including Kelly Rowland. The 11-year-old Grammy winner has earned her own praise for her dance breaks during her mom's Renaissance World Tour. Rowland, who also started performing at a young age with Beyonce's and Destiny's Child, told E! News she's very proud of Blue Ivy. So this is a quote from Kelly Rowland. It says, she works very freaking hard, period. The motivation singer added, but how could she not, you know? She sees her mother in action, and she sees her father in action, and how they apply everything, hard work to do everything they do.
Well, do you want to talk about her studying Destiny's Child, or do you want to talk about how Instagram, Facebook, and these social media sites give a platform to artists and performers to get attention and get admiration?
I think both topics can be discussed, and they both elaborate on the story.
Starting with Destiny's Child, you know who Destiny's Child is, you know, Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and the other members. They made some successful music, unforgettable music.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with Kelly Rowland. You know, how could Blue Ivy not perform like a Grammy winner? You know, how could she not get her own praise? You know, her dad and her father are some of the best working icons in the world, you know? And I'm sure Kelly Rowland...
having parents that are in the industry.
Yeah.
And artists have to be their own artists. They have to have their own genuine, unique style. And in the community, in a lot of our neighborhoods, we have talented children. And thanks to Facebook, thanks to Instagram, thanks to YouTube, all of them can be seen these days. Not like when we were younger, when you had to have a record deal to express yourself.
Right. Yeah. So what do you call artists that were just born to parents who were successful? Do you call those kids artists that grow up and become musicians or performers, or do you give them a different name, a different label?
Well, they have to have the art enriched inside of them. For example, you got Coyle Ray. She's a descendant of a hip hop artist, Benzino, and she actually has talent. So Blue Ivy has talent. Every female has sung in the shower, sung in the mirror, and if it sounds good, I'm sure their parents have told them, or their family members have told them, hey, you got a talent. We might want to put you in a talent show or something.
Yes. Wow. That's very interesting, Mr. Slapp. Now, let me ask you something. Before we continue with the rest of the story, which is very, very, short, couple paragraphs, I want to get into a little about Kelly Rowland when you were on set in North Hollywood. And then I also want to get on some Benzino, because we all know that Benzino took shots at Eminem in the past. And we know that he's like the co-owner of The Source. And now we know that, during his 50th anniversary, we saw this big commotion between Eminem and Melly Mel with, this new signed artist, Easy Meal, on Shady Aftermath, coming out with a song called The Realest. And then Melly Mel responds back with Eminem Response Disc, which happened to be one of the, I guess, according to the world's views, they felt like Melly Mel shouldn't have did that. But we're gonna get into that because Benzino, that's one sensitive topic we can discuss right now. Since
very interesting topic.
Right, very interesting. So when I think it was 2016. Am I correct? 2016, 2017.
Before we discuss the movie Love by the 10th Date.
Love by the 10th Date. Yes.
I want to say special thanks to your listeners. I want to say special thanks to your supporters and your followers. Keep tapping in. Keep paying attention. I hope that y'all are communicating through the chat and through posts. JBLUE is a very intelligent man. He's been managing a radio station at his college, and he's a very successful entrepreneur, low-key movie star. Now go ahead, man.
Okay, so Mr. Slapp, what was it like for you to be on set with Kelly Rowland on the set of Love by the 10th Date, and why did you perform on the set of Love by the 10th Date?
Well, that's a good question. I start with being on the set was an unforgettable experience. Being there with celebrities, I didn't know what I was in store for. She was actually watching us, the actors that were invited to participate with them, on a monitor. And I was told by the producer actually of the movie that she wanted to select who was actually going to appear in her scene. She's that hands-on with her profession.
Yes. I remember on set of the Hollywood film, I remember that there's a guy in Love by the 10th Date that plays in the movie, and I don't remember his name. Can you remember his name? He was the guy that plays as one of the dates in the movie, but he was actually.
Well, this is a mouthful, JBLUE.
Okay.
Your listeners are going to get a lot of information about this movie, Love by the 10th Date, starring Carrie Hilson.
Carrie Hilson.
Also, Kelly Rowland. Also participating in the movie is Megan Good. Along with Kelly Stewart. Those are the headline actresses.
Okay. That's right.
Now, the individual males that headline, we got Brandon T. Jackson. Jeffrey Bauer Chapman.
It's what I remember. That's the guy I remember that he talked to us in the on set.
Well, we conversed with so many participants in the film that night. It was a long night.
It was.
Now, when you participated in the scenes with Kelly Rowland, once you realized she was there, because you actually alerted me to the fact that she had arrived and was participating.
Yeah.
Didn't you tell me that you all had a conversation prior to the filming?
I think so, yeah. I mean, the whole building had a conversation, what was happening, and I was.
You came to me, you told me that she was on the set, and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that was that first time I had worked on the set. Shout out to Cash B and being the movie production team. That was my first time actually getting paid for producer's assistant. And so that was my first time meeting you, and you showed up, and you was just, you know, you were swagged up. You know, you were really like swagged up, like you just came from a party or you just came from a night out or something. But you know, you just stumbled upon the event, and I saw who you were, and you saw me, and I think I cussed you, and you were like, you the only motherfucker out here from San Ho, or say you from East San Ho with Lokes on, you know, and I was way out there in Hollywood.
When I arrived, I thought I met the new millennium Easy E. You were standing there with your French braids, doing your production job. Actually, you were escorting hundreds of actresses and actors to the movie set.
Yes. So now, later on, the movie came out, Love by the 10th Day, and we actually got to see ourselves in it. But you saw me in it first, and I saw you in the movie first. When I first saw it, I saw you in it, and then when you saw the movie, you saw me in it and told me about it. You know, and
the movie is so exciting. It's about love, relationships, heterosexual, bisexual, trisexual, and it's no joke. It's the new wave of what American culture has become, actually world culture, international culture. It's a great statement. It's a great thumbprint on this time in history. Also, Tamar Braxton participates in the movie. We got Steve Harvey, Trinidad James, the guy that made Gold All in My Chain.
Now let me ask you a question. I'm not sure if you're up to date on these things, but wasn't Kelly Rowland and Beyonce like at a beef, or wasn't Kelly Rowland a part of Destiny's Child and then she left, or she got removed, or what? Like, what was the story behind that? You know, behind the Destiny's Child breakup, the split up.
Well, from what I know, what I've studied, because I'm a hip hop historian, I was alerted to the fact that the group went through a lot of changes, and business contains contracts. This music industry contains contracts, similar to like school sessions where you start at a certain point, you end at a certain point. A lot of us listeners and fans, we don't really know what goes on in those boardrooms. So when Destiny Child first began, they had some contractual issues where they had to replace one of the members of the group. I don't know if it was according to financial situations or whatnot, because Beyonce's father was managing the group. And I'm sure the listeners and the supporters can understand that and read into that and have their own thoughts they could form behind that. So subsequently, they had added an additional member, and they simplified the group to 3 people. There used to be 4. So there was 3. Michelle is the 3rd addition after the reconstruction. So they signed a contract, which eventually elapsed, and everyone signed an individual contract for their individual careers. And Michelle went on to make gospel music. Kelly went on to make multiple hits with Nelly. I know that's an artist you like a lot. And this one here with Lil Wayne called Ice. Millions of views on the internet. And they didn't part in any inamicable way, because if you watch Beyonce's video Party, you see that they all reunited there.
Okay. So from what I understand, Luckett was part of the original Destiny's Child lineup alongside Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and Latavia Robertson before she and Robertson left the group in 2000. So so it sounds like Luckett.
Correct. So I'm hoping that the supporters and the listeners in the chat are helping you understand, and I see you're doing your research. As I mentioned, there were 4 members that got reduced to 3.
Yes. Well, it looks like Latavia and Kelly Rowland left the group. So I don't know who. So you're right. I guess they did add one other person, but there were 4 members and 2 of them left, and they added one more.
Correct. if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So
maybe the listeners or the supporters in the chat can tell you a little bit clearer.
So according to some sources on thethings.com, it says that LaToya Luckett had opened up a few times about her departure from Destiny's Child when she and her and fellow member Latavia Robertson were fired from the group in 2000, leading to a controversial split. So, okay. So now we know a little. Now that we got a little backstory about Destiny's Child and Kelly Rowland, what's your reaction to Kelly Rowland saying that? What's your reaction to Blue Ivy's performance, and why? And what do you have to say about Kelly Rowland saying that she's very proud of Beyonce's daughter, her oldest daughter?
I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I'm gonna keep it 1,000,000,000 with you. There's such things as these things called haters, and haters are people that are jealous of success or anything beautiful. She's not a hater, and in this age of social media, you have the opportunity to like posts, you got an opportunity to like videos, and a lot of times when people don't, it's a way of ignoring things or the cancel culture. You know, I know everybody's mama in the hood told them if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. So a lot of times that silence is negativity and hate. So for her to be supporting her is very valuable. It's priceless because there's no money involved. It's simple sincerity.
Yeah. That's dope as fuck. Okay, let's go ahead and continue with the rest of the story. Those of you that are listening were reading this headline. Kelly Rowland says she's very proud of Blue Ivy admin performances for Beyonce's tour. It was published today on USA Today. And here we go with the rest of the story. It says Blue Ivy made her debut at Beyonce's Renaissance World Tour in May, appearing for fierce choreography to the song My Power from the 2019 album The Lion King, The Gift. The mother-daughter duo starts off dancing together before Blue Ivy is given center stage along with backup dancers as her mother sings from an elevated platform. To conclude the dance break, Blue Ivy and Beyonce end with a fist bump. Since her May appearance, the brown-skinned girl singer has joined her mom for several shows across the globe, including stops in Paris, Las Vegas, New York, and Atlanta. And last but not, that's yeah, yeah,
national exposure.
Right.
I say to that, it's meant to be, but every child is not meant to be a star. Some stars can crumble from the pressure, and I'll add to that the fact that their rapport could create some great music in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. So I have one question for you. What does it take for an artist to become a national artist?
That's kind of a double-sided coin. The first side is the fan support and I don't like to call people fans. I call them supporters, listeners, and followers.
Okay.
Supporters create an audience. That's the first side of the coin. The second side of the coin is signing a good distribution deal. That means that you're posted everywhere. You're all over the place like dog shit. Excuse my language. You know, some songs you just can't get away from, or, you know, they're stuffing it down your throat. Everywhere you go, you see billboards, and you hear it on the elevator, and you hear it in the cars that are passing, and that's that good record deal where you're forced into everybody's face, and they have to make a choice, do they like it or not, and then sometimes it grows on them. And a lot of times in this millennium, us supporters know the song and don't know the artist, but we just love that song. And to add to that, finally, A lot of songs, we don't even know the words to them, but we just like the way they sound.
That's right.
So that big distribution deal, like through these companies, for example, you got Sony, you got Elektra, you got Epic, you got Rock Nation, you got Live Nation, you got iHeart, Rhapsody, Spotify, iTunes. You sign the right deal or you sign all them deals, you can't lose.
Wow. And let's not forget to mention the big three. You mentioned Sony. Let's not forget to mention Warner Brothers and Universal. And we also want to add one of your favorites, Capitol Records, the same one MC8 got signed to.
And that's actually where I got my contract to come and meet you. I bulldozed into Capitol Records with a backpack full of my demos, and I wasn't taking no for an answer. They told me they're going to give me a distribution deal for music and movies. They gave me a contract on the sidewalk. I was so stubborn, and I was heckling so hard. The contract instructed me to meet up with you and start filming movies with beinamovie.com and being a movie production. And they also gave me a distribution deal with iTunes, Rhapsody, Google Play, where I only give up 1% of every, for example, every $100 I only got to give up $1. That's the sweetest deal that can ever be constructed. And that's what I thank Capitol Records for. If it weren't for Capitol Records, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Wow. That's why I had to mention that, because I know that was one of your favorites right there. Okay, let's go ahead and continue with the rest of this story, and I think we're almost done. So we left off saying that her daughter had made some global stops in Paris, Las Vegas, New York, and Atlanta. Now it says Rowland shared with E that her oldest son Titan, whom she shares with husband Tim Weatherspoon, has also shown interest in music and one specific singer. It shows a picture of Kelly Rowland commended Blue Ivy for her Renaissance tour performances and reveals she might have a musician on her hands. There's a nice photo of Kelly Rowland here in it looks like a cheetah outfit, like a cheetah suit, like not a suit, but a cheetah tights, like a tights. She's wearing tights in a cheetah, with the cheetah stripes on it. It's a nice photo, great photo. She says he has the biggest crush on Halle Berry. She shared. He watched The Little Mermaid way too many times, and as much as I love Halle Berry, she's in my house every day. Rowland added, every time she comes on screen, his face lights up. I'm like, wait a second, are you looking at her like you looking at me? I'm like, I'm your number one girl, but I mean, she is beauty. I think that's his first crush. And I think that's okay. So that's the end of that right there. That's the end of that story. So, okay. So, congratulations, Blue Ivy. Shout out to Kelly Rowland for giving her. Yeah, shout out to Kelly Rowland for giving her the inspiration and the motivation, and praising her. And again, I want to say big shout out to Jay-Z and Beyonce for raising such a smart, beautiful, intellectual, amazing daughter. And again, I want to say big shout out to Kelly Rowland for her performance in Love by the 10th Day. And again, you're listening.
We gotta talk about that thing before we run out of time.
Oh, we got a little bit of time.
She's playing a heartbroken woman that is in a love drought. And it's so wonderful and goofy and zany, her character, because she is doubtful about herself. But there's a man that comes along and resurrects her value of love. It is so touching. If supporters and fans have never seen her act, I think this is one of her greatest roles. Now, in the scene that we were in the strip club, which might be a surprise to some of the listeners and the supporters, Kelly's scene is in the strip club. You got to see the movie. And that's where she unites with JBLUE Sanders and myself, Mr. Slapp The Ghetto President. But she's looking for Big Stunner.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That was a dope movie. Also, that was a Lifetime film, so everybody should check that out. Lifetime movie, Love by the 10th Date.
It's so exclusive, Blue, that they snatched it off of Lifetime because I think it might have did great with the Nielsen ratings. That's the rating system that television ratings go by. I've seen them only show it twice, and then they put it in the stores. It's available online. You can order through Amazon.com or any internet Prime, any internet delivery services. It's a must-see.
Yeah.
It's something you see forever, like New Jack City, Boys in the Hood, Minister Society.
When I think that Kelly Rowland did an amazing job, and she had an amazing role in Love by the 10th Date. I actually remember that we spent all night in North Hollywood to finish that set, and that was a very amazing night. I mean, like, it was really.
Shout out to Megan Good, man. She really is the star of the movie and the anchor for the whole film. But it was a collaboration of these four women: Kelly Stewart, Kelly Rowland, Carrie Hilson. It's about love, and you got to know that this story had to be told. It's a great chapter in a great book.
Yes. Absolutely. Well, we have just about 3 more minutes, and then we can move on to another episode. But before we wrap this up, what did you say about Melly Mel, in this episode, and why did you bring up Melly Mel? Because I'm trying to. Oh yeah, that's right, I did, because you talked about Benzino. So what did you say that Benzino had a son or daughter?
Yes, Coyle Ray. She is a new artist. She's blowing up quick. She performed the BET Awards with Busta Rhymes. She's the writer-artist behind that Girls as Players too. Okay. That's what's up. All right, man. She also got a very known song with Lil Durk.
Really?
If you look in the chat or somebody posts right now, maybe they can remind me of what it's called. Oh, No More Parties.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't know that. All right. Well, yeah, man. We're running out of time here, so we're going to get back at you after these messages. Stay tuned for more episodes on DJ Blue Radio, The JBLUE Show on Spreaker.com. By the way, Mr. Slapp The Ghetto President, tell us where we can find you on social media, and tell us where we can find your music.
I'm on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Mr. Slapp The Ghetto President. You got to put Mr.SLAPP, 2 P's. The Ghetto President. THEGHETTO President. I got multiple videos with multiple stars. My favorites are my viral videos with Cowboy, Big Thundercat from Rolling 60 Neighborhood Crips. That's Nipsey Hussle, big homie. When you remember that day we went to Nipsey Hussle's funeral, that's gonna be for another episode, Blue Man.
Yes, sir.
And then another one of my favorites is there's a viral moment is with Nipsey Hussle. You can find that on I have 2 channels, and also I'm viral with Big Snoop Dogg. Those are my favorite videos. But all you gotta do is go to YouTube, Mr. Slapp The Ghetto President. You see me there with YG, Too Short, RBX.
All right, for sure, man.
And many, many more. And you can see me there with Blue Man, JBLUE Sanders.
Yes, sir. All right. That's it, y'all.
Fights and gunfights.
We're gonna get right back at you after these messages. Again, thank you, Mr. Slapp, for sharing with us how you felt about Kelly Rowland saying that she's very proud of Blue Ivy admin performance for Beyonce's tour. And you're listening to my podcast, DJ Blue Radio, The J Blue Show, and we are out. Peace.